What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me, Meansy, Dino, all the greats. Plus, you get access to this nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have projected for each individual prop, plus where the best odds are at. And most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is Grant's Action Lounge? Well, it's my Discord where I'm giving out all my bets each and every day. Just go on over to scoresandodds.com/Discord and get signed up. They're all there. Boom, you see it. Just drop the link into chat. We got a decent amount of bets today. Just going to go through them. All basketball. Not going to be terribly long show, but you guys have any questions, go ahead, throw it into chat, and I'll get to it throughout the course of the show. But let's get right on into this. Starting off with Luka, under 9.5 rebounds. Luka, under 32.5 points. You get the under rebounds at -119 at Caesars now. I actually hit it twice, as you can see down here, because FanDuel didn't let me get enough money down on it. -105 on the under of points. Luka has just been absolutely fantastic this season. I know he's been crushing this line for points, but I don't really care. This rebound line is sitting above his season average. That's a little bit high. It's the main thing is the matchup going up against the Clippers. This could end up being a blowout. Only a 215 total in this one, lowest on the board by a pretty wide margin. This is not going to be a high-scoring game here. This is not going to be a spot where anyone's going to end up with a massive amount of points. Luka, well, he's still going to dominate overall. Too high of a number for both of these. Kelly Olynyk, under 20.5 points, rebounds, assists. Just a little bit too high there. -111 over. Yeah. Danny in chat. Celtics were brutal yesterday. Horford owned me this year. Yeah, no, he's absolutely crushed me. There's a few guys that numbers kind of always point towards it, and I just keep betting them, and it just keeps losing. One of those is Horford. Just absolutely destroyed me so far this year. Probably cost me 10 grand so far. And then there's one other guy that I end up just getting crushed on. I don't know. I texted my dad about it last night. Last year it was the Clippers. The Clippers absolutely destroyed me each and every single week. I kept betting them and just kept getting crushed. Let's see. Who was it? I don't know. Whatever. Not RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett I do fine with. It's more Randall that crushes me. Barrett, I tend to not get right, but Randall is the one that crushes me. Speaking of which, Randall over 8.5 rebounds and Barrett over 5.5 rebounds. You can get the over 8.5 rebounds at -120. This is a solid overall matchup going up against the Jazz. Going to be a high-paced game here. Randall is averaging over this on the season in a high-paced matchup, getting this -120. I think it's solid odds. And Barrett averaging right at 5.5 rebounds per game on the season. So getting this number for his average going up against the Jazz team, while they are solid overall rebounders, this is a high-paced game. This is going to be a high-scoring game. It's got 231 total last time I checked, making this an easy over, getting +125 odds on it. That's the main thing. I have this at over a 50% chance of hitting, making this a massive ROI bet. One of my favorite on the entire day. Jordan Clarkson, over 3.5 assists. He's averaging well over that. I think 4.2 on the season. We currently have him projected for 4.7 in this game. Maybe average is 4.72. I don't know. It's a full assist too low. Like, again, this is going to be a high-scoring game. Clarkson has been doing a ton of dishing the ball. Normally loves to just eat up all the usage, but he's been pretty solid at passing so far. I'm taking the over. Lauri Markkanen, over 7.5 boards, -104 over at Caesars. How this is -104, I have no idea. He's averaging 7.4, I believe, on the season. So this is a full rebound here, too low, or at least lower than his normal rebounding rate. If we look at his projections over here, at Scores and Odds, 8.44 projected rebounds here. So again, way too low. You can still get -104 over at FanDuel. Kelly Olynyk, under 11 points. Again, I'm very low on Olynyk. Jared Vanderbilt, under 8.5 points. While he's been a beast on the board, hasn't been doing a ton in the scoring game. Numbers just a bit too high. De'Aaron Fox, over 23.5 points, -125 over at BetMGM. He's been sitting around 25.5 points for his overall his line almost every single day. De'Aaron Fox has been an absolute beast, averaging like 26 points per game on the season. We have him projected for, I think, close to 26. Let's see. I'll go ahead and check it right here. Maybe this is one that I disagreed on. No, we haven't projected for slightly over. I think that's way too low. It's matchup versus Brooklyn. It's a high-paced matchup here. I think he easily gets over. I love this bet. Kevin Durant under 6.5 assists, minus 115 over MGM. It's just a bit too high. It should be at 5.5. Lillard over 25.5 points, and I think I took it over. Yeah, over 36.5 points, rebounds, assists. Both lines are minus 120. PAR is over at DraftKings. The points is at MGM. I think he goes nuts here. I think he's going to have a massive game. Match versus the Spurs should be a high-scoring one, close to 230 team or total for this game. Both these lines are far too low. John Moran, I'm going pretty heavy on, over 28.5 points, over 7.5 assists. The 7.5 assists is minus 130 over at FanDuel. The points is minus 120 over at DK. Moran has just been absolutely fantastic so far this season. Moran has been crushing it, gets a good matchup here today. He's going to end up with a ton of usage without Bane in the lineup. I know Triple J is coming back, but realistically, he's only going to play 15 to 20 minutes, meaning that he's likely not going to eat into the usage too much. Matchup versus New Orleans should be a close game. Last I saw, it was sitting at 1.5 spreads. Moved all the way to 3.5 for the Pelicans. Totals all the way up to 229. So big total here. Lots of big totals outside the Clippers that's sitting at 212. Just abysmally low total here. It's beside the point. Lauri Markkanen over 29.5 points, rebounds, assists, minus 117 over at Caesars. Markkanen has been a beast this year, averaging over 20 points, averaging close to 10 rebounds, throwing in some assists there. Again, big total in this game, 231, 4.5 point spread. So this should end up being close here. I really like Markkanen to go over. He's been just a completely different player this year in this Jazz offense. Sometimes it's just what you need. Rolling with the over. Josh Hart under 8.5 boards. It's gotten up so high at 8.5 that I just kind of have to take the under. I know that he's one of the best rebounding shooting guards in the entire league. This game does have a potential to be a blowout, but I'm not really buying into that too much. I'm assuming this game's going to stay close, and I still think 8.5 is too high. Same thing with Jeremy Grant. Over 5.5 rebounds. I think we have projected for 4.5. Great last name, by the way, for Jeremy Grant. I have projected for 4.24. I think that's a bit too high. Line's moving to minus 132. I still like it at that line. Just a little bit too high of a number. Nick Claxton, over 11.5 points, minus 125. When we haven't projected for 13, pretty drastic difference. Again, there's not really too much going on in this offense outside of Durant. Great matchup going up against Sacramento. Again, going to be a very high-scoring game, in my opinion. I think the 226 is too low in this spot here. I think it's an easy over. If you want to bet that, I generally don't bet a ton of totals. But yeah, that's it. That's the show. Back again tomorrow with more than just 5 NBA games. Good luck. We're out of here. Oh, by the way, go get signed up for Scores and Odds season NBA season pass. I think it's going up pretty soon. $169.99 right now. It'll go up to $189.99. Gets you all the way until the end of basketball season. Great value. Get all the picks from every single sport because that's just what they ended up doing. So go get signed up. We're out of here. Later, kids.